guys, welcome back. So today I have my very first Halloween tutorial and it is on this very glam lion. So if you would like to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. So starting off, I knew I needed some big voluminous hair, and then going in with my Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. I wanted to go in with a full coverage foundation just because I didn't think lions had discoloration. So just going in with this Lock-It foundation and with my Artiste brush. I love this brush, it gives such nice full coverage. And then going in with some concealer, I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape concealer. I'm using the color Fair just because I wanted the inner part of my face to be very, very bright. So I'm just taking this, I'm not mixing any other colors in, and then I'm blending it out with my dampened beauty blender. And I do layer it on a couple of times just because I really wanted it to be nice and light and bright in the center of my face. I didn't want it to look like a normal face. Well, it's going to look like a normal face because it is a face, but I wanted it to look really, really bright and really highlighted and very covered on that inner part. After that, I'm going to be taking my Artiste brush. This is one of their new brushes. Oh my god, they're so, so nice. And I'm just using my Chanel 10 Day Soleil bronzer, and I'm just really heavily kind of contouring out my cheekbones way more than I normally would, and I'm just putting it right underneath my cheekbones, and I'm going to go around the perimeter of my forehead as well, just because I felt like lions had more of a structure and of a face than I did, and I'm just going to go around with the perimeter of my face and with that same contour. Then taking the smaller Artiste brush, I'm just going to go down the sides of my nose, kind of contouring the sides of my nose, but I'm not going to really blend it out. I'm just going to be kind of smudging it out with my fingers. Then setting everywhere that I put the concealer with one of the lightest powders that I own. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the color Light, and I'm just using another one of those Artiste brushes. This is not sponsored by them, I promise. And I'm just setting that inner part of my face where I put the concealer. Then going in with my Too Faced Sunny Bunny bronzer, and I'm just going to be setting everywhere that I put the Chanel bronzer just because I want everything to be very, very bronzed for this look, even though I know I'm very bronzed in all of my looks, but I want it to be even more bronzed than usual. Then taking my Ka-Brow in the shade 2, I'm just lightly filling in my eyebrows. I didn't want them to be super, super defined because I am going to go in anyways and kind of rough them up a little bit because lions don't have perfect brows. So I'm just taking the color 2 and just kind of mapping out my brows, and then I go in an upward motion and kind of flick out the top parts to make them just look a little bit more messy. So as you can see, I zoomed here so you can see at the top, I'm just starting to kind of make it a little bit messier. I didn't want it to be too messy and have too many lines, but I did want it to look nice. And then taking the color 4 of the Benefit Ka-Brow, I'm just putting a little bit deeper, darker lines in as well, just to give it a little bit of contrast between the two. Then going in with my Urban Decay eyeshadow in the color Oil Slick, I'm just going to be putting this all over my lid just to kind of make it a little bit deeper, and I will blend it out with a lighter shadow here. These are the new Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and I'm just taking this light brown shade and just kind of slowly putting it into my crease and then blending out the black into the crease as well. I put the black on first because I wanted to be able to have the black go gradiently into my transition and into my crease shade, and I actually really, really like how it turned out, and you will see in a second. And then I'm just going to go to the other eye and do the exact same thing, making sure everything is nice and blended and there are not any too harsh of lines. And then I'll go back in with this brush and make sure I go over the complete eye area, the whole lid and everything, just to make sure it's all nice and perfect. Then going in with this new L'Oreal eyeliner, I'm just going to be lining my eye, and I am going to be pointing it out in the inner corner. This was hard for me, but it did end up working out, and then winging out the tail as well, and then filling that in. And then taking that same liner and going underneath all the way from inner to outer corner as well. Then taking the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. This is the white shade, and I am just putting this underneath my eye. I'm not doing it too precisely because I am going to go in with a black eyeliner anyways and kind of trace it out. This is the Tartiest Clay Paint, one of their new holiday collection little clay liners. I love it so much. And I'm just lining the bottom of where the white was and just making it all the way flick out so the eyes look just a little bit wider, and I just love how this came out, and then really flicking out that inner part as well. And then I'm putting on my mascara. This is the Tartiest Clay Paint mascara. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I'm giving myself a couple of coats. Then I'm going to go in with my new Balm Some lashes. I will leave the name of them down below. And then going back into these eyeshadows, I'm taking this kind of reddish dark brown shade, and I want my nose contour to be a little bit more intense, so I am picking up the darker shade on the new Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and then I'm just putting it on that same Artiste brush, and then I'm going to flick out the, you'll see like what I'm doing here. I'm kind of flicking the brush out to make a bunch of really tiny lines going all the way from the top to the bottom. And then I will also go in with that same exact eyeliner that I used, the shade number 4 I think this was, to make even darker lines, so there's a little bit of contrast between the two. Then going in with that clay paint liner again, I'm going to start mapping out my nose. So I'm using the exact same brush that comes with the collection for the holiday, and I love this brush, and I'm just putting it around the outside, or like the bottom kind of part of my nose, and I'm just going to be filling everything in. So you want to make sure it's nice and even on both sides, and then just filling the entire thing in with your eyeliner. Then going in with these rhinestones and some Duo Paint On Lash Glue. I got these rhinestones just at Joann Fabrics. They were like 50 cents. And I'm just placing them kind of where I'd like them all over my head. I did put a lot of glue on each one. I realized after I was trying to take them all off that I did not need that much glue. So when you're putting them on, only use a little bit of glue. And then I decided to just go in with the actual glue and put it on my face, because it was really hard to put it on the actual kind of pendant thing and then put it on. And then I'm taking these little sequins from Joann Fabrics as well, just so it had a little bit of contrast between the two, and I'm just using my finger to pop those right onto my forehead. And then after I get them all placed on, I will go in with like a an eyeliner just to kind of add some extra lines and some extra dots, so there's just a little bit more dimension and it looks just a little bit different. It's not just all the same things all like chilling on my forehead. And I draw some lines and squiggles and stuff too to kind of just make it look a little bit different, and then it's not too uniform. I really, really like how this came out. This is the Kat Von D ink liner in black, I think it's called. I'm not sure. It's one of the new ink liners. It's not the tattoo liner. And I'm just drawing some squiggles all over my face and putting little dots everywhere where I see fit. After that, I will be going in with other color sequences. I'm going to go in with gold ones. So I have some little tiny little gold rhinestones, and then I also have some of the little black sequins that I have, but I have them also in gold. So I'm just putting the little golden like rhinestones on my forehead first, and I put the glue on my face as well. I thought that would be the most easy, and then just picking it up with my finger, and then I just push it right into the glue. And then I will just keep putting on more glue where I want more rhinestones to be. And after I put all of the rhinestones on, I go in and I use the sequences that you'll see in a second, and I just kind of fill those in on the areas that I didn't have anything on my forehead, because I really just wanted everything to look very sparkly and shiny and just very, very cool with everything and all the different textures that were on my face. Alright, so I'm going in with another pair of lashes. I realized I already did put lashes on, but I'm going to put these on the bottom. These are by Certify. I love these because I haven't cut them and I haven't used them yet. So they were super long and they made its way almost all the way to the end of my eyes. So I'm just putting it underneath just to really make that area look nice and bright and nice and big like a lion. So I'm putting it right where we put the basically lash line underneath that white part right there. And I'm just using that same Duo lash glue that I put on my forehead with all of the gems. Then going back in with the L'Oreal eyeliner, I'm just putting in some extra lashes towards the end just because I wanted it to go all the way out to the end. So I'm just layering a bunch of little black lines next to the eyelashes and kind of curving them in the way that they were curved on the eyelash, so it looks the most natural, like it wasn't like I drew on more lashes, and I think it turned out pretty well. Then taking that same black eyeliner, I'm just drawing a straight black line going all the way down to my lip, and then taking this liquid lipstick by Anastasia. I want to say it's Night Moth, maybe, something like that. I will leave it down below. And I'm just lining and filling in my upper lip with the black. Then going in with the Kat Von D Shade Light palette, I wanted to give myself a nice little contour because I felt like lions had a really nice contour, right? I mean, I feel like they do. And then just contouring my face with this gunmetal brush from Morphe. I love this brush. It is absolutely amazing. And then just taking another long brush and kind of doing the same shadows onto my nose so it looks nice and uniform. Then taking the new Anastasia Glow Kit. I wanted to glow a lot, so I'm taking this middle shade and I'm putting it on my cheekbone and kind of in the center of my face as well to really bring it forward and make it really, really light. And then lastly, I will be taking in my lip gloss. This is Gilded by Anastasia, just to put some gold in there and make it pretty.